My favorite heroines of all times is Audrey Hepburn, not just because of her intrinsic beauty and her humanitarian ways, but also because I love the following quote that's attributed to her: "Nothing is impossible." The word itself says, "I'm possible." And for me, that sums up Costello Ace Hardware. Well, we're really going to get into it today. My amazing guest is Jaime Costello Maloney. And I'm so excited to have you here today, but I want to talk a little bit about the history. And we know that in 1976, our country was going through a very difficult time. And your dad, Vinny Costello, had to give up his heating and air conditioning company. But he went into Deer Park and he found a store and he decided to renovate it, right?
Right.
That store was the
The hardware store on Deer Park Avenue.
on Deer Park Avenue.
Small little store.
Isn't that the smallest store,
Yes.
Jamie? That's what, 2,000 square feet. And then he helped parlay this. Now, I am very sorry about your loss with your dad, and we are going to pay homage to him. But I do want to go over a couple of things about this. The Ace Hardware, the Costello Ace Hardware, is now 31 stores. New York, Maryland, right? And New Jersey.
Yes.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. What I'd like to talk about with you is memories that you have of your dad. We'll start by saying that he was Man of the Year, but then we're going to go way back and explain that he was, in the Navy from 57 to 60. And this is a man who came from a huge family. Am I right, Jamie?
Yeah, one of 12.
One of 12
The
children.
oldest ones.
Dad, he was fireman, mom was a cook, and he also had a huge family. How many siblings in your family?
I'm one of 10.
One of 10 kids. Unbelievable. Only female or no?
No, I
No.
have 3 sisters. I'm the baby girl though.
You're the baby girl. And also you are the president
Yes.
of Costello Ace Hardware. Congratulations for that. When did that come about?
Oh, about 5 years ago. Yeah.
About 5 years
Yeah, we were
ago.
doing some
Okay.
transitioning from my father, more looking on the side of retirement and us taking over the business, my siblings and I.
Excellent. And as the baby, how was that difficult in the family? Was it, or brothers train you and?
I would say it was probably easier being a younger sibling in my family than an older. I definitely had, my parents probably had an easier time economically with,
Yeah, but
by the time.
by the time
yes.
you were born,
Right.
absolutely,
They were
there
able
were a
to spend
number
a
of
little
stores.
bit more time with
Now
us.
you have 31 stores, but at that time you did not.
Right.
Your dad was an extremely hard worker, from sweeping floors to working in the boiler room. I'd like you to share, if you would, kindly, maybe 1 or 2 memories of your dad.
Sure. My dad always taught us hard work. He worked when I was very young. He worked 7 days a week. He brought the work home with us, with him, and we always, when we spent time together, we were working side by side, and he really taught us, how important working hard was and how important the customer was to him. He treated everyone like a member of his family.
And you know what? I read that he was a very close family man, hands-on,
Yes.
very involved, and you could see this in Costello's Ace Hardware. As you said, treat everybody like family. It was simple values and brought everybody together. But he also was very involved in the neighborhood too, and trying to help everybody. So let me ask you, why do you think Costello's Ace Hardware is so popular? What is it about it?
Well, I think that through our value systems and the company that my father built, our whole team, our staff, everyone that's come aboard has the same value system, and they go out into their individual communities in each town and really become a part of it and live that helpful dedication and really want to solve the customer's problems. And
That's what I've read. We're here to solve your problem. That's great.
Yeah.
I walk in, I don't know anything about hardware, I have to be honest with you, and somebody's right there to assist me, explain it to me, and do it in such a nice way. And in some of your stores, I know Christmas time, there were cookies, coffee, and you mentioned that in some of the stores you even have barbecues, or
Yes.
you have different events.
yeah, they do cookouts on the Weber grills, on the green eggs, and the smokers now.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got to tell you about that grill. Oh my gosh, the Weber grill, it does, the food tastes so much better on it, and that's the truth. It's beautiful, it's the Genesis, I got it, it was delivered, it was set up, the old grill was taken away at no extra cost, and I'm telling you, it's one of the best things ever. What are some of the items that you do have for sale in this store that people would come in and say, well, I'm looking, I know they have screws, you have nails, what else do you have?
Yeah, so we have all the core hardware, plumbing, tools, electrical items. We do a great job with paint. We have a lot of paint experts in our store, Benjamin Moore Paints.
Best quality, right?
Really,
You
really
have
high
the best
quality.
quality of
Yep.
everything.
And all of our paint department personnel are really good at helping pick color. We also sell spas in some of our stores, hot tubs, in some of the larger stores. Birding is very popular now. People love to have the birds come in their yard, and depending on what kind of food
That's
you feed
amazing.
it.
I didn't know that was like the #1 seller in many of the stores is bird food.
Yeah,
right?
and there's certain bird food that can bring in specific types of birds, and people find it very relaxing.
So you have things that can beautify the home.
Yes.
You have things that will help in the home, all kinds of cleaners, etc. Right? What's the smallest store would be the one on Deer Park Avenue. What's the largest store, and how big is it?
Oh, our store on Long Island, that's the largest, is in Island Park. It's about 25,000 square feet.
As
Yeah.
compared with 2,000 square feet.
Yeah, 10
the
times
Deer
as
Park.
large, yeah.
I have a question for you. You know, I watched The Prophet. I don't come from business. I come from a teaching background. But in The Prophet, the gentleman that hosted said, you do not want to go too fast with stores when you're opening them up. Do you know anything about that? In other words, if you go too fast, he said something happens and they go bankrupt. Your dad waited a few years for each of the stores. So can you explain that? That's Marcus Lemonis who said that.
Yes, I've seen the show. It's a great show.
Yeah, yeah.
In the beginning, I think it takes a long time to build your customer base, get the right
Okay,
products
that's
in,
why.
depending on the neighborhood. Every you could be on the South Shore near a marina and have to carry specific items to help that neighborhood, or you can be on the North Shore and they might be looking for a completely different set of items. So I think that takes a lot of time and just
That's
getting
an
involved.
excellent response to that, and I can see that. I know that sometimes Ace is open when other stores are closed. You know, it's snow, and you need the shovel, and you can go to Ace Hardware, and there'll be somebody there. Costellos, Ace Hardware, they're there to greet you and make sure that you're taken care of. But that's a great point. I'd always wondered about that. So it's to build up a fan base, it's to build up community spirit, and let people know who you are. And you're right, I'd rather go in and know somebody who's working there. And I have to ask you about that too. You train quite a few of the people who work there. How is that training? What does that develop, or how does that get involved? How do you do it?
Right. So we are big believers in training, from product knowledge training to sales training to customer service training. We really put a lot of emphasis on that with our new hires, and then the people that have been with us for a long time. We definitely focus on that, and we have our specific product line vendors come in and they'll teach about their products and all the features.
Oh, that's
So that they
good.
can
That's
better,
good to know.
get the right product into the customer's hands.
Do you have more females coming into the company working there?
Oh, yes, and especially in leadership roles. It's a lot of our store
Women are all
managers.
leaders.
We do. It's
We do.
Yeah.
We don't apologize about that. Women are leaders. I love it. Over the jingle, words to that.
ACE is the place for the helpful hardware folks.
Absolutely. And that was changed 1987. It used to be the word man at the end of it. So that pretty much sums up that you're saying you're bringing women into the fold, correct?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
get into business and a family business. Now, I'm sure that there are a lot of advantages to that. Are there any obstacles or challenges?
In a family business?
Sure.
Oh, of course there are.
Okay, let's talk
I guess
about
it
it.
depends on your family. So, you can get very passionate with family members with your conversations, but they're easily overcome normally.
Do you have family meetings? How do you handle that?
We have shareholder meetings for those of us involved in the business. Not all of my family is necessarily involved in the business.
How many are involved? About 6?
There's 6 of us, yeah.
Okay.
So, but we generally, we all pretty much see eye to eye on most things. Anything that's a disagreement usually can be talked out or overcome,
But you do have to sit down, you do have to hash things out.
Oh, of course.
Okay, now that brings me to the people running the company.
Sure.
You're president, so you're involved with marketing, human resources. Can you explain what that means? Because again, I want to get over the technical terms.
Sure. So my focuses are also of the finance background. So, which is my favorite part of it. I'm a big fan of numbers.
You're a finance person.
Yes.
Okay.
And
So facts.
Facts, numbers, black and white.
You're a number person.
Yes.
Okay, I love it. All right.
And then the human resource, we have a great team here, and they really focus on recruiting the right people, friendly, and developing them into the great customer service talent that we have.
What does the EO do?
So my brother Michael is the CEO, and he oversees the entire business. He does focus on new locations or acquisitions of locations, and he's very strong in product and product knowledge.
What would he look for in location, just to give me an idea?
Sure. Well, we look for spaces in densely populated neighborhoods,
Okay.
and similar neighborhoods to where we are. Then you kind of know what kind of product selection you need
To
and
do
things like
in that
that.
particular area, how many
Yes.
other hardware stores
Right,
are
and what
there?
what the needs are, how close they
So
are.
that's a pretty comprehensive job that he has for the CEO,
Yes.
correct? Kind of all in charge. And the vice president, IT, that's what, that would be all the computer?
Yeah, that's my brother Dan, and he.
I love this with family
Yeah.
life. I have Dan.
Danny's pretty sharp. He's very good with technical, with all the technology we have in inventory.
How does he know, forgive me for jumping in, I just get so excited with that. How does he know what inventory per store? How do you keep a record of that?
Computer systems.
But people who are in the store and then he comes in to check it, or is it sent to him? How does that happen?
Well, everything is all of our the computers in the store are
Yeah.
connected to our computers
Mhm.
at our support center.
I didn't
So
know.
everything's on a computer. But you do have to go out and make sure things are accurate and check what you
Go into the
physically
store.
have.
Right.
Yes,
Check
is what you
into
have
the
in the
store.
system.
Okay.
Yeah, we carry quite a few items, so it's very involved.
How many items do you think you carry?
Oh,
Just
boy.
ballpark. I can't hold you to it.
Some stores could carry 10,000, some stores would carry 40,000 items. Think about
That
all the
many?
nuts and bolts. I
Okay.
mean,
But how
all the
many
different keys we have.
Well, let me ask you, let me put it a different way too, because I was trying to do that in Deer Park and it took too long. How many different type of products do you have? Let's say keys is one area, nuts and bolts would be another, just to get an idea, because I was very impressed with that. And I was trying to figure out.
Like the SKU count.
Exactly.
I could go physically in a store from 20,000 to 30,000, 35,000
That's
items.
unbelievable. So to be in charge and take care of it. All right, now the pricing.
Well, ACE supports us a lot in that. There's a lot of market research on what your competitors are selling for.
Okay,
And
I didn't
then-
know that.
Yeah, and lately we have all
That's
the
interesting.
tariffs, so that affects the cost
the
and the
cost of
pricing.
it.
Yeah.
And then you do run specials. You go on Facebook, you're going to see a lot of specials or coupons or different time periods, which I love. I'm a coupon person. I love a bargain. I love a sale, but the product has to be good, and Costello's products are good. All right, and who do I have? The executive vice president who does B2B, which I didn't know is business to business. What does that mean?
So it's basically another line of business we focus on is servicing the professional customer. So whether it's a contractor or a government agency, it's another business that our business is servicing. And we really go out and take care of those customers.
You know what, Jamie, there's so much more to that. I just wanted to get some of this because I don't think people realize how much is encompassed, in the stores. They go in, they see a store, and they think that's it. They don't have any idea. I know that I did not. All right, what have you learned about people from being at this position?
Being in this position, I just, people want to be valued and treated fairly, and they want you to know that you care about whether it's a customer, that you care about their problem and solving it, or an employee, that you value what they do every day.
What have you learned about yourself?
Oh, lots. I learned that there's not enough time in the day to do everything you want to do, and sometimes you need to ask for help.
I have to ask you about that because I'm always very big on time management, and as women we have a lot of different hats to wear. How do you do that?
With a lot of help, and we have I work with great people, and we all support each other. So
but you actually do. I do this.
Mm-hmm.
I put down the time slot. Do you ever do that? I have to do it, and I follow it, and I use note cards, and I adhere to it.
I try.
You do try
I have 2 young children at home too who are involved.
So you're a mother
Yes.
as well. This is,
So I try to use my calendar, but sometimes things get double booked. And
what is that expression? You can do it all, you just can't do it all at once at the
Yes.
same time. I do hear that. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
where do I see myself in 10 years? It's a good question.
I just want to still be alive,
Yeah, that's it. 10 years.
What do you think?
I hope to be running a very successful business.
Oh, you already are.
Yep.
So even more
Continue.
successful, right? Because you already are.
Yeah.
And what do you see for Costello's Ace Hardware in the next 10 years? What do you think the development would be there, possibly?
Yeah, I see it's evolving more into whatever the future market will bring, and we're doing a lot more deliveries now, which is very popular with all the online retailers. So we're doing the same.
There's a competition there, and you have that
Yes.
personal touch. I don't think anybody can ever take away from that. That's so important. I love that you have it on Facebook, and I went on there and they gave different suggestions, and people do react to it. For example, I'm one of those people that would leave the lights on at Christmas, all outside, the tree, and they're saying, don't do that. Things that you think are common sense, but you believe it or not, we don't think of it at the time.
Right.
And they're good reminders. And I love what you had about washing floors. The chemicals that you can use, your gloves, mask, and then use certain ingredients that you can get the grout out. So if you go on Facebook, you can find a lot of suggestions. Where else can they go to find out?
Our website at costellosace.com, even like looking up things on acehardware.com, there's definitely a lot of cool suggestions that they do there.
And going in the stores
For
people
sure.
will help you.
Yes, we have neat displays. We do a lot of nice events in each store and demos of products.
What we haven't talked about are the many charities that you're involved with.
Yes.
And I love that. Show Looking to Make a Difference with Gail, always about people who are making a difference in the lives of others and making it a better world, a better community for us. It starts one step at a time. Now, I know you're very involved with the Children's Miracle Network Hospital. So tell us a little bit about that, please.
Sure. We raise funds multiple ways. So we raise funds, our employees, staff members can contribute out of their weekly paychecks. We also do roundup at the register, so our wonderful customers donate their money as well to Children's Miracle Network hospitals, which will all go to a local hospital. Here on Long Island, it goes to Cohen's Children's Medical Center in New Hyde Park. And it goes to fund research, and I believe they put a helicopter pad in last year from all their different contributors. It's a really nice charity.
I tell you about that, where you round it off, so it might be 2 cents coming back. And instead, they put the 2 cents into the can
Yeah,
or the glass jar.
It really makes a big difference, and people don't mind doing it. Sometimes,
Oh, no, you feel
Yeah.
good about it.
yeah, you do.
And it does make that much of a difference. Some people will
does.
say, what's 2 cents? You know, what's 3 cents?
You'd be surprised, especially around the holidays. You know, there's a higher transaction, a lot of customers coming in, and if it's a few cents per customer, it really adds up.
Now, I know for a food harvest,
Yeah, right now we're doing a fundraiser for Island Harvest. During the summer, you wouldn't think that's their largest time of need. School's out, so a lot of the kids that depend on free
Right.
lunch. So this is definitely a good time of year to be doing that. So right now we're collecting non-perishable food in all of our locations, and we're also doing you can give money at the registers, and that'll go directly to the charity as well. That's till July 8th.
I'm so glad you said that. You know, as a former educator, I remember being concerned about kids in the summer. People don't realize that they go to school, and many times that's where they're getting their lunch. Teachers are also helping out. And that's wonderful that you make that point, and great that you're doing that help. And I know that you're helping veterans and so many other organizations. I have to say, it's been a pleasure. Like our viewers, on your final note, what would you like them to know about you or the hardware store?
Well, thank you so much for having me today.
Pleasure.
And we're a family business based on Long Island.
Thank you so much, and to continue doing what you're doing and the great success that you're having. And it was a pleasure meeting with you today.
Thank you, Gail.
Gail King, looking to make a difference with Gail.